we're back, but with something new tonight. In keeping with the thing we've been going on with the last couple days, we actually, well, without Raffle, we're kind of creating things on the fly as we go. So in the last second, we managed to get Origami and Borrowed Bullets from the chat in with the... Hold on. Still configuring everything, and we're good. So, we've got Borrowed Bullets and Mr. Origami from the group in with us today, and in fact, Origami was kind enough to host. Use Discord, you can turn it off. Yeah, no, I'm not going to be using Discord because it's... I haven't configured it, for one, and two, well, again, it takes time to configure working in voice chat programs and things like that. Raffle has it already all set up and ready to go. I do not. But we'll be playing a little bit of War Thunder today. Mostly it's going to be ground battles. We're returning to this after a very... stream says it's at 600p. Well, Borrowed? Not too sure what to do about that. Again, this is one of those things I'm kind of pissed at Raffle for. He was like, yeah, we're going to play some games, we're going to do stuff, and then at the last second he's like, nah, I'm going to bed. And he just, like, literally turned off everything. So, for the first round we'll do it, and then we'll try and figure out why it's streaming at 600p. Alright, two armies run into a fight for possession of the mountain pass. In domination mode, teams fight for control over 3 strategic points. And we didn't get a chance to read through that. So, I'll be taking the Panzer IV F2 variant. I'm only at rank 3 in it. I'm taking a mixed bag of PCGR-39 and SPRGR-34. This ammunition type, I've never really had much luck with it, so I'm just going to fight it out with what I got, because... Oh, good, we're at the back of the formation. It's a mixed bag. We've got a little bit of everything with Americans and some Russian tanks thrown in here too. The guys are behind me. Oh wow, we were playing this a little bit earlier and we just finished upgrading the engine as well, so... And traffic jam, so let's not go that way. I found a lot of people tend to have trouble driving in this game, and I almost slid out there, so I'm not one to talk. Man, they have definitely upgraded the graphics in this game so far. When I used to play it, it wasn't nearly this nice. Alright, so looking at the map, we've got two problems. One's an open field fight where everyone's rushing through, or we can flank around on B, so I think we're going to head to the right. Just safer, it's a lot more, well, tactically advantageous to do so. A lot of the heavier tanks will be the ones to lead the fight right up the middle because their frontal plating or their turrets are able to withstand those kinds of hits, whereas in a tank like mine, not so much. And I still... yeah, I'm seeing that Borrowed actually on the stream on my secondary monitor. It is streaming in a really low quality, isn't it? This is what happens when you do something on the fly, like literally just pick something up and go with it. Alright, T-34-53 on my left. Alright, didn't quite go as I needed. Let's go a little bit higher and aim for the turret ring. Come on, reload, reload. Target destroyed, good. Let's find another. Now, they've done a very good job of marking the game where it's... all vehicles have a certain armor quality to them. For example, shooting something... Ooh, right through the ammo casing. Nice. Some vehicles... and that one's already destroyed. For example, weakness that most vehicles do have is right where the turret meets the hull of the vehicle itself. I'm pretty sure these are NPCs because they're not trying to evade, they're just sitting in... Yeah, those are NPCs. We're not actually fighting people yet, which is both funny and disturbing because once the humans show up then things get really difficult. However, if we can knock out as many of these as we can, it should make it a little bit easier for us. Yeah, these are more NPCs. But this might not be. Someone might be flanking here. Let's go ahead and check it out. Yep, that's a person. Hey, buddy. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh, I can't get the turret up. Oh, my track's actually off. Yeah, I'm dead. He got the first shot off. And it went straight through. And yeah, they're dead. No way I'm getting off of that one. And that's actually a tank destroyer. Now, I'm going to check something really quick here. Wrong button. Yeah, I can't modify the game itself in this, so... Again, I do apologize for the poor quality of what we're dealing with, but... again, I don't have Raffle's acumen with changing things up on the fly. So for the rest of this round, we're just going to have to kind of gut our way through it. Looks like Borrowed wasn't far behind me and getting knocked out. He's got a PZ-3E. Those are fun little light tanks. I enjoy them. And we have Hans and Franz here and their little outdoor. Really a good tank, but just far and away too light. Even regular turret rifle, or sorry, turreted, Jesus, hull-mounted weapons like the MG I'm just demonstrating here can knock out this crew because they don't have enough armor plating really to protect them. And hey, Raffle, welcome to the stream. Alright, they've got... Alright, the aircraft are dueling amongst themselves, which is good. My vehicle can't do anything to try and stop any sort of aircraft engagement. It's just not built for it. Alright, who's where and doing what? Oh, that's a KV-1. This is probably going to end badly for me. Can I... Oh, critical hit. But is it going to be enough? Reload, 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 reload. And my tank burnt down from where? Okay, that's a hell of a shot. But, oh, you don't say. Now, the sad thing is, depending upon what vehicle I take, I'm not really going to be able to stop them because these are much lower in level than either of these two options. The Martyr 3 can punch a little bit higher than its weight class, just to the fact that it is, in fact, a dedicated tank and destroyer weapon. But, oh, why, have not driven this in a while. And you can tell because the paint scheme is still the Arctic camouflage. And we're in a summer setting. Oh, don't tell me our pilot... Alright. I was afraid our pilot just bottomed out on the ground there. It is point control, so we've managed to hold the middle pretty well thus far. Borrowed and Origami have been taking control of Beta and pushing through the middle, looks like on the map. So yeah, Raffle, any idea why it's streaming in 600p as opposed to its normal higher quality? Alright. Yeah, I think I'm going to flank farther to the right. My tank's a little too light to be skirmishing it up on the main line. Come on. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Don't linger. Now, the nice thing about having a lighter tank is you've got the mobility to really outflank and kind of cut wide, much like I'm doing now. And line of sight does play an important part in this game. Anything that cannot see you cannot hit you, or if they can, they must have really keen vision on their gunners, which is another aspect of crew control, which we can talk about in the after-action lobby. And what the hell was that? Oh, and that was a strike from an aircraft who tried to kamikaze me. What a swell guy. And an incredible waste of an aircraft. Alright, our crew's getting the vehicle back under control, and we can move again. Alright, they seem to have more in the way of aircraft than we do at the moment. Why, hello there. Do I have anything that can hit this? Nope. Target undamaged. Okay. Let's try... Is there any... No? There's nowhere on this that I should be shooting. How about you? Oh yeah, you're way too much of a target. Well... Target undamaged. I love that he doesn't realize I'm here. It's just like... There's a small annoyance peppering me in the butt, and I just don't care. Let's call an artillery strike. Let's see if that'll dislodge this KV-1. Now that's probably something about 2 levels above my... Whoa! 2 levels above my weight class. And an artillery barrage is not your friend, especially when you're on a lighter tank. Alright, repair as best you can. And I'm going to call in another one, just because... Who knows, maybe we'll get lucky and we'll actually destroy it. And he's just weathering it. Look at that. What a champ. Alright. We've got a little bit of maneuverability back. Anything. Oh, there's a green spot. Oh, I went right into the turret ring, but it doesn't give a damn. And the target's been destroyed. Rank does not matter. That's exactly right. Somehow it still gave me credit, though, which, again, kind of surprising, but I'll take it. I'll need all the help I can get in this. Alright, so there's no enemy tanks directly behind us, and whoa, she's not handling well. Now the tracks have taken a lot of damage, but let's go ahead and capture the point and help our team along, because C is being contested and A is held by our enemy at the moment. Whoa! Okay, someone's behind me now. And what is it? Can't quite tell from here, but it looks beefy. So I'm going to hide behind this beam, or sorry, berm here. That is an M4A2. Oh boy. Maybe I can... Oh yeah, this versus a Sherman is not going to happen. Not a good idea. If we've got help, which is what we could definitely use. Oh, come on. My right track is just done. It doesn't want to turn. Let's see if we can... Oh, it's already dead. Hey, one of our teammates knocked it out. Good. Ooh, ooh. Well. Well, we can go around in a circle pretty quickly. Quality German engineering. Let's go ahead and just stop and try and repair, because... yeah, we need mobility. And that's another Sherman. Yeah, that's that same jackass that sniped me from earlier. Yeah, I'm not going to sit here with that guy. No, thank... Of course. To be fair, my tank had already taken quite a bit of damage before that even kicked off. Alright, I've run out of reinforcement points, so it's all up to our teammates to try and hold the fight. We have a Jagdpanzer 38, a Russian T-34. In fact, they could take them. How many people do we have remaining? Oof. Okay, we just lost one of our teammates. And I'm not sure if Irwin here is AFK or if he's really trying to line up on someone. It's a Martyr too. He should be able to... Yeah, he's AFK. You disappoint me, Irwin. You're nothing like your namesake. So let's go ahead and see what the people who are actually participating in the battle can do for us. Whirlwinds are pretty strong. I like them. Looks like he's already had some injuries accrued with his crew, though, so we'll see how that affects him being able to shoot. Russian tanks are generally pretty great in War Thunder and World of Tanks. Ooh. You're out in the open. Go, 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 little Russian tank, go! Also, really cool here, a little bit of trivia. They attached the treads off of what they would normally use for their tracks onto the turret and part of the hull as an extra layer of protection. against incoming fire. Zelphis, go to rank 1 for borrowed. He was pulled to a rank 2 with rank 1 tanks. Yeah, that's actually ridiculous. Ooh. Yeah, he tried. He really did, though. Which is more than I can say for players who AFK in the midst of a fight. That's just depressing, because you still have a chance to win, as you can see by it ticking down. With one of them being held in neutral, and one of them being held by the enemy, the other one's still ticking down. Yep, nothing for us. Alright, we're going to go back into a Tier 1 game, because all of these are rated off of what the vehicles themselves can do. And one of our teammates has only come back to it after playing, I believe he told me, 4 hours in the game itself. So, we kind of pulled them into a game they weren't quite ready for, and it's not fair to them, because as you saw with the vehicle I pulled right before I got knocked out, I was making good hits in good locations, but I wasn't doing enough. It just didn't have the power, it didn't have the oomph we needed. Oh good, we can purchase a new transmission, which will give us plus 9 point HP for the drive wheels, and an additional 0.3 seconds off our acceleration time. We're going to start researching brakes next, because, again, having a vehicle moving at optimal performance is something you ever want to go for. This tank generally doesn't have a lot of problems for me when it comes to fighting with the weapons they come with stock, but, again, you always have to be kind of careful. Alright, so, we're going back to, what was it, Tier 2 tanks? Yeah, let's do that. I'm going to take this goofy thing. I remember buying this, I think, because it's something at the end of the tech tree that I actually really wanted from it. But I never really bothered to pick it up much, so... Let me go ahead and let them know. Okay. No, they already know. Excellent. No, Fox. World of Tanks does not have planes. They have artillery call-ins, much like this game, but it's nothing near alike. And I actually prefer War Thunder in two ways. One, the air combat. I do enjoy air combat, even though it takes a little while to get into a fight. Two, the fact that in this game, when you make a good, solid hit on something that would be considered a weakness structurally on an enemy tank, it tends to count as a damage or a destruction. Whereas when I've been playing World of Tanks, I tend to suffer from the fact that I'll see it go, alright, this is a good spot, hit this with everything you've got. And it'll just be like, that shot bounced! And just hearing the AI continue to scream at you going, that's a miss! Oh, that shot bounced! It's a ricochet! That gets old really, really, really fast. And it's also just like a little thing like, you know, you shouldn't really be in this fight, and it's just a reminder that you're not having fun because you're not contributing to the fight. You're more of a spectator that gets to drive around and kind of be a jerk. And I didn't know they had one of those in here. I want one of those. It's a little Puma armored car. That wasn't in the game the last time I played, but I want one. If anyone was paying attention when we played Company of Heroes a few days back, one of those was actually shown there, and look at that little thing. That's cute. And this little vehicle's got a pretty respectable turn of rate. Oh, it's an internal city fight. Good. I love city fights more than anything. Within the claustrophobic confines of the city, you can always have really cool ambush points or flanking attacks and different ways to really make life hell for your enemy if you can work together with your team. Teams that don't work together in a city fight crumple excruciatingly quickly. Which is why these two lighter vehicles are flanking over to the right. Whoa. And we're going to try and hang left and just see if we can work our way around. Oh! Okay. I forgot. Yes, these are not drifting vehicles. These are half-tracks. I should not drive them like they're tanks. If you flip a vehicle in this, they're flipped over for good unless someone can knock you back onto your treads or your wheels, respectively. And whoops. If that... Oh. Alright, we've got business. Alright, back it up, back it up. Brace. Line up a good shot. Went high, missed. And this is technically a tank destroyer, so if I can get a good hit off, this will work well for us. Green, green, green. No, red, green. What? There, that's my... Don't! Yep! Target up. Target undamaged. Oh, that's ominous. Back it up. Maybe I have to get closer. Again, I'm not very familiar with this vehicle. I picked it up last time we played because Raffle had something in the same tier level, and then we were deciding to play together. And I needed something that was on the American side, because what this game offers tends to be not only just crazy matchups like this, where it's every faction across World War II, but they also tend to bring in games where it's like, alright, the German Reich versus the armored might of the Russian... Oh, that's artillery for you. Versus the might of the armored columns of Russia. Yep, open crew compartment vehicle, everyone. Artillery will destroy you. Not only that, the only vehicle we have to fall back on is the starting vehicle, which is a goofy little... You have 26 unaccounted shells. Go on about whatever. Go. We don't need that many shells anyway, especially in this little dinky vehicle. Whereas open top vehicles like this one are just as likely to get hit with artillery. Hey, there's Origami. Where are you going, buddy? I'll follow you. And I think he's taking a break. Alright, so we're losing B. I'm going to follow this guy and see if I can't help him out. Now, the best thing I can probably do in this tank would be acting as a scout for the vehicles like him, who can actually deal some damage. I can be a distraction. I can also be a scout, but... Jeez, the drift on this thing! Alright, that's destroyed. Let's go ahead and try and capture it. Also, for some reason, this amuses me immensely, being able to do this in an armored vehicle. Now, it's fun enough when you do it in your own vehicle. Now, try imagining doing it in a vehicle that's about 4 to 12 times the weight, and packing about, I would say, probably quadruple, if not higher, horsepower. Alright, so we hold 2 out of the 3 points. The enemies are almost down to, I'd say, 60% of their original ticket points. Pay attention to the map, of course. Alright, nothing that way. Let's go ahead and make ourselves a nuisance over here. What's up, buddy? Nope, I'm not sticking around for this. Well, yeah, apparently I am. Yeah, I bought that other tank time, that's all. And that is a British Crusader Mark III. I've driven one in this game in a training match. They're very fun. They're very, very quick. Raffle's actually the one to talk to about playing as a British tank driver. He loves playing as the Brits and as the French, even when they're not the best competitively, but he seems to enjoy the hell out of them. In fact, we've played many hours trying to push the... What was it, Raffle? Was it called the Duck? We were trying to push something called the Duck, and I think it was a French tank. We'd put 2 tanks behind it because it was just so slow. It made glaciers look fast, and it had armor and had a really cheap, dinky gun, but it was fun to drive, and Raffle loved the hell out of that tank. Hey, Arnovitz, welcome back. Yeah, if you get going high enough, you can pull some pretty crazy stunts in these tanks. Alright, so he's covering the approach here. Oh, another Martyr. Oh, it's a Martyr 2. Or, no, it's a Panzerjäger 1. What am I saying? It just looks like my Martyr. It's just tinier. Whoa. Captain America theme or Union Jack theme? Not too sure. Cool, though. That's a PZ-3E. And what is this? This looks like it'd be fun to drive, if not a glass. Just a little piece of... Hit this with a strong breeze and it'll fall over. No way is he taking on an M4A1. Don't do it, dude. You can't kill it. He had to have had help. That could not have been him. Oh man, there's so many vehicles that, a thing about War Thunder and World of Tanks, respectively, they both borrow very heavily from not only vehicles that were actually produced in World War II and onward, they also pull vehicles that were in the conceptual stage. So, for example, with the Germans, one of the most famous ones is a tank called the Maus. Now, in English that sounds like mouse, which you think small, tiny, rodent-like. Actually elephant. And the funniest thing is, when you see that thing on the charts, it's massive. It was so huge that they couldn't get it across certain bridges without the bridges collapsing. And it was purely in the developmental stage. I think they had, what was it, borrowed? They had one chassis built. And it was just, didn't have treads, it didn't have an engine or even a proper turret. It was just the hull. And this looks like a howitzer. Yep, probably. Our team's pushing up. We still hold 2 out of the 3 points. Oh, that's cool. I think we still have the... Ooh! And that's a little bit of realism. When ammo cooks off inside the vehicle, many times the explosive force was enough to actually just shoot the turret right off of the vehicle itself. It looks like we got one little guy hiding there on the corner. Ooh! Spectator mode. Alright, next. Ah, the Gepard. This looks like a fun little tank to drive too. Primarily used as an AA weapon. It can also be used against infantry and lighter vehicles. Raffle, again, I'm going to turn to you because you're the one who tends to play these a hell of a lot more. Was it borrowed? Wait, which was it then that only went so far as a primary chassis? I remember you had told me about one of them. Ah, the Matilda. That's the one, Raffle. Thank you. And Ruffle is absolutely correct, Borrowed. You'll want to try and play the realistic mode more. It tends to add, again, much more realism to it, and the fact that you're playing in tanks fighting other tanks, armor penetration is a lot less forgiving, and vehicles that you're fighting also have to have a much finer radius for sight, and the ability to shoot and fire is a lot more... it's more based off crew skill than just how quickly you can shimmy around your mouse and try and get a target lock. So this is the tank my martyr will eventually become. I've only got the standard one. Alright. And this could be a good flank shot on someone, actually. Or the game could end. Either way. Yeah, Origami, take us into the realism bracket, because, well, first of all, more XP, more rewards, and I want Borrow to have a good time. I personally hate it when you're playing a game mode and you've got teammates who are sitting there going, no, this sucks. I don't want to be here. Yeah, let's get the suspension going. I had some trouble with that on that tank. Finish. Now, as you can see with the American tree, I spent most of my time going after just goofy tank guns and mostly playing as the aircraft. Whereas the Germans, I was playing more equal mix of tanks and aircraft. The Russians, I basically wanted to try out their massive super bombers because I thought they were fantastic. And again, once more, teaming up with Raffle, playing the Brits and the realistic battles. Yeah, again, huge fan of the Brits. And I put nothing into the recently released Italians and nothing into the Japanese Empire. So, we shall jump back. We shall take over the PZ4. No, you know what? We should probably, just to keep it fair, let's go back to this, and we'll keep working on our American tree until we can get a better tank destroyer. And I am ready. Yes, Arnovitz, the Panther is in the game. It's later down the tech tree, and that's actually what I'm working forward to try and unlock going down the medium tree. The other contender that I was trying to go for was, it's sort of a toss-up for what I wanted, which was either the Panther or the Tiger. Both have a storied history in World War II, and the reason I chose to go for the Panther is more of my playstyle. Tigers are very big, very heavily armored, and they have an insanely powerful gun on them. However, they don't have much in the way of agility or speed, and despite having a slightly smaller gun, the Panther is still a fun tank to drive. Alright, Origami has chosen a Stug. Those are pretty much the German equivalent of what I've got, except it's a lot better armored, and as you can see, it's a little bit speedier. Borrowed's taking the PZ3 again, and we're going into town. In fact, we've late joined this game, actually. We're a little bit behind the... a giant field, and I find the one telephone pole to hit. Well done, me. Let's go ahead and check the map. I don't want to go out and attack B, Going out that far leaves us exposed to A, artillery, and B, sniping units, which my tank technically is, but with that comes the asterisk, because other tank crews will have better visual effects, the better visual acuity because they've put points into it. They'll have better reload speeds, whereas we've got a vehicle pretty much off the factory room floor with a crew that's just kind of figuring out how things work. So, amateurs versus professionals, and it very rarely goes out for the newbies. However, as a support vehicle, I can do worse. Especially if I have a Churchill to hide behind, because they're generally pretty well armored. And they're big, so I can hide behind them. And since I can't run through this like a normal vehicle, I'm just going to blast my way through. I'm sure the U.S. Army will compensate whoever's gate I just broke. And let's... Ooh, this is a good sightline.
Attention to the map.
Alright, attention to the map. I see you. Hello there. Someone fired a little bit early. Oh. What even hit? I want to see the replay on this. Alright, one shell. Clipped the engine block, killed the driver, and oh wow. Alright, never mind. Everybody's dead. Oh, it's a Russian tank. No frickin' wonder.
Allied forces have captured a zone.
Yes. I find taking extra ammunition inside little baby vehicles like this is just asking for someone to hit you and explode you. Because getting hit with an ammunition rack is one of the surefire ways to explode brilliantly in this game. What did the pole do to you? Nothing, Fox. I'm actually a monster driving around in these armored vehicles. I have no respect for telephone poles. But, for your sensibilities, I will avoid striking any more of them if I can. Just by driving like a loon. Alright, so we control C. No one has pushed in on Alpha yet, so I'll be the leading element for that strike in my crappy little reserve tank. And we have found trouble. What am I stuck on? This little fence, apparently. As you can see here, unlike arcade mode, the enemy is not highlighted. This is up to what your own visual eyesight can pick. Oh, no! He's... Nope, nope, nope. Alright, I've hit something. Oh, come on! Damn it. All those hits and they're just not enough. Honestly, I think this tank is more of a moped with a tank turret on top. Alright, so it's up to Origami, Borrowed, and the rest of our team to take the points. Strangely enough, the opposing force has not taken either of the other two open objectives. It would help them curtail the loss of their ticks on the right. But that could actually work in our favor if we can keep them off of it. Because what will happen in this game often is if you... Ooh. A Flak 37? I do want that. Absolutely I want that. That's like what my gun wishes it was. And they've actually armored the driving compartment. That is wonderful German engineering right there. But back to my point. Using weapons like this or other tank destroyers, much like what Origami's driving, with the tank destroyer rule, or with open chassis vehicles like what I was using earlier, they have a very long range of fire, and their shells tend to hold their killing power over a longer period of distance than smaller, lighter tanks like the one I was driving right before we went into spectator mode. So, if you can hold Overwatch on a position where your enemy, if they try to take the point, like for example, I'm looking here at B, if they tried to enter that clearing past that copse of trees there, to take it, we could snipe them out of it. They wouldn't get it, but they would start losing tanks, or at the very least accruing damage onto their vehicles that they can't repair in the field. Repairs are limited in this game. You only have a certain amount before your tank crew either gets knocked out or you get exploded because you've parked somewhere in the middle. And there's Borrowed flying through the sky, being a troll, in a Ju 88A. And he's got fighter support too, which is good. He's in a bomber, so let's go ahead and check out what's going on in the rest of the fight. Have another... oh, even closer. And that's exactly what's going on right here with Built-A-Box. He's got a good line of sight on B. He's already popped someone there. You can see by that rising smoke plume in the distance. So they're putting in work to keep them off. However, we've lost C, and that guy just got hit, actually. Yeah, he got knocked out. Which means they'll take Beta soon. And by the way, did I say this game was gorgeous? Because it is. It's an older title, but it still looks great. And so, another thing you can do as a pilot, aside from not crashing like he almost did with Borrowed, I can just see Borrowed's rage if the other pilot had knocked him out, is spotting for ground targets. For example, having an elevated position like this and not having to look into the sun, which creates glare. You can really spot out where your enemies are going and call that out to your troops. For example, I believe one of them earlier was actually... Ooh. He actually was saying, pay attention to map reference grid 6A and... wing art. Right, we've got... that's actually a really cool paint job. We've lost all of our points and we're going to start hemorrhaging a lot out of our... Whoa, a lot out of our resource pool, waiting for this to tick over. And I have an SD KFZ.234-4. That is a cool little tank. And once again, Borrowed flying through the sky, dropping bombs, being quite disruptive to the enemy. If he's flying off into the sunset, I guess Borrowed fights back that way. Oh wait, we're playing realistic, sorry. I know exactly what Borrowed's doing. In realistic, unlike arcade, where your ammunition, both your main guns and your bomb bay, refresh in flight, in the realistic mode you actually have to put your landing gear down once you return to an airfield, and which is what he's heading to in the distance there. Once you land, you kind of have to go immobile for a short period of time, and then you'll slowly start to restock, refuel, etc. Then you put your flask back up into the launch position, and you take off the airfield and have to rejoin the fight. This is way better than getting shot down, because your team can only handle so many of those before it's kind of like, well, we're not going to give you any more planes. And we seem to have entered this fight with, cool eyes on that, with a lot more in the way of AA vehicles than we do with vehicles that can stand up toe-to-toe with enemy tanks. As demonstrated here, because that is going to mess up some pilots' day. But the enemy is not sending anything out, or they've already had all of their planes shot down. Alright, we're down to 4 people. 2 of them are actually in the air. No, 5 people. And is this some sort of huge flank attempt? Oh, he's already got one guy knocked out. Poor dude. Alright, so he's driving... Where is he driving? I always get confused. I think my teammates could either be brilliant or absolutely idiots. But, we'll see in a moment. Oh wait, that guy's not dead. He's just hanging out. I was like, nah, I'm not going to take part in this war today. I'm just going to sit. Alright, Borrowed is... He's getting ready to lead off and get back into the fight. And, ooh, come on, come on. Nope, nope. Pull that, get it down on the ground, buddy. Ooh. Ooh. Yeah. The reason I'm kind of stressing about that is if you hit the ground too hard, the game has a realistic way of actually shattering the suspension. And there it is. Now, the pilot and the radio operator will walk away from this. However, the plane is wrecked. The propellers have been destroyed, and you no longer have wheels with which to gain what you need to get off the runway. So he's out of the fight. Poor Meckenberger. And where has this guy been hiding the entire time? Because spaced armor, extra armor on the turret, and he's in a PZ-4H. This thing can stand up to a fight? Whoa! And another valid tactic that this game tends to incorporate is a lot, and I mean a lot, of kamikaze flying. Ooh. Yeah. Now, it's a little late in the game, but I'm not too confident we're going to walk away from this one with a victory. Unless Borrowed can somehow kill all of the enemy tanks, and then we win by default. And I still have no idea what Chico UA is doing. He has a long-ranged anti-tank vehicle that he is sitting out here admiring the clouds. Wait, he's fired at someone. Did he kill something? Not hard enough. It's apparently shooting back. I can't scroll in any harder to see what he's shooting at. Alright, he's getting shot, but nope, he's gone. And I think we automatically lose if all we have left is an air vehicle. Wait! We have one person left. He's in a PZ-4G. Again, he's got a bigger gun on the front. This can do a little bit more damage. He's got smoke launchers. What's he under attack from? Something... Oh, another plane. I'm actually surprised their fighter cover hasn't gone up and pursued Borrowed. From his location... Oh. Of course, why pursue Borrowed when you can harass a poor tank on the ground? Alright, so Chico's given up on the ground combat and switched straight over to a dive bomber with a huge bomb slung underneath, which will... If it hits, or even hits in proximity to most vehicles that are of a lighter weight class, they'll do an absurd amount of damage. And we've got Borrowed setting up for a bombing run. I actually kind of want to see how this plays out. Hey, Chico's cheeky breaky. Excellent. If anyone can translate what our Russian compatriots are saying, please let me know, because it'll actually aid in our cooperation when this fight begins. Alright, Borrowed, you can do this, buddy. Who are you going for? Who's your target? Okay, he's lining up on B. Or he's going to swirl around and go for the... Whoa! Alright, he's picked up a tail. But the other pilot overshot. Borrowed's dodging pretty well, and he's drawing the enemy plane back into our AA gun. Or is that... That might not be our AA gun. Oh, Borrowed! Borrowed! Come on, buddy! You can do it! Alright, he's taking a few hits, but his rear gunner is starting to kind of fight back. And our own... Oh, Borrowed. Oh, yeah, he's not. That's unrecoverable. But maybe our valiant Russian inside the Ju-87R2 can avenge Borrowed. Nope, because the wing decided it wasn't going to have any of this nonsense and quit the game itself. What a shame. Borrowed, I hate to say it, buddy, but you actually have to put points into your tail gunners, otherwise their talent is not equal to their weaponry, and they fail hard. The game's about to end. Kind of sad, but with the way it was going, we just got decimated in that middle of the city. We had nothing left to fight with. And I have no idea what those are, but they look cool as hell. Alright, placed 9th, not bad. We gained a little bit more research points to put towards our next vehicle, which should be the M4A3. Good. Because this vehicle is too lightly armored, and just, it's not enough. Has a cool gun and everything, don't mind that. It's a 75mm, but the time it takes to fire said weapon is exponential. And as you saw, even a slight hit will, in all likelihood, wreck the vehicle. Now, I don't remember what I was going for on this. I just want to check something before I ready up. Where is the vehicle queue? Okay, no, go back to Army. Should be under customization? No. I know I was working my way towards something, but I can't remember how to go into the tech tree. And I feel foolish. Maybe I have to click change vehicle. Let's try that. And I have nothing worth changing it into. So we'll put that on hold. We'll just go ahead and crew up again. And get that out of there. Yes, Fox, the ground did swell up and eat him, but to be fair, he did dive into it at a pretty steep angle, and I think he got his wing surfaces shot up to the point where he could no longer generate enough lift. And when that happens, the vehicle is just going to go straight into the ground. There's nothing you can do except try and hope that your pilot and your radio operator are high enough that you can bail out before you go to a point where your chutes won't open. Or they won't open in time enough to stall your weight, and then you'll just hit the ground and die anyway. Okay, well, we're playing as the Germans this time, so I'll actually be able to fight back. Let's go ahead and take our PZ-4 F1 to battle. And we're in luck. We actually have the proper paint scheme, which will make us more difficult to notice from up in the sky when the inevitable aircraft come down to ruin my day. Right. Origami, you always find the best vehicles. What is that? It's a good day to be a tank driver. Borrowed? You good, man? Let's see if my engine can get me up and over this berm. There we go. Excellent. Alright, so most of our team's not proceeding directly adjacent to the objectives. Looks like we're all trying to take B, which is in the middle of the city. Oops. I got snared up on the tank, or train, as my tank hit it. Kind of leery about being on the leading edge of this advance because my tank isn't the heaviest one we've got. Alright, it's up there though. Now on our tab below, you'll notice we have 3 different types of ammunition. We also have the option for an artillery strike. However, we won't be using that until we have the enemy either they're too far above us in a weight class where we can't kill them, or 2, we'll be attacking them when they're clustered up and they're holding a point or trying to capture a point. And that's when artillery tends to be the most effective. Especially if you have multiple people in a combat group firing on the same target with the same artillery, because then it's just a hailstorm of death, and very few things can walk away from. Raffle, don't bring up the Spitfire. You'll just get mad and you won't want to play War Thunder. Besides, I've told you before, there's other planes that you can fly as a Brit. You don't have to take the Spitfire. Alright, so let's focus up now. We're getting close to the point, which is already being contested by an enemy force. And what the... Alright, that's my bad. Alright, got a target ahead of us. We saw it from our third-person perspective. Alright, we got a bigger target moving up on our Whoa, okay, don't know what hit me from where, but... yeah, I'm dead. I overextended. I'll take someone with me, though. Oh, that shot bounced. Alright, who's my enemy? Who's trying to kill me? British tank? Too low. Elevate the shot. Elevate the... Nope. Just didn't have enough time. That was a pretty good shot from the hip, though, to kill that one guy. Alright, so it came through. It hit directly... Ooh. Front plate took the driver completely out and perforated 2 of the other crew members before it hit the engine. Yeah, not getting out of that one. But we're being allowed a backup vehicle. We'll take one of these before we switch over to the other one. Just because this is quicker, we might be able to get back to the fight just that much faster. Our teammates have yet to take C, despite having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 vehicles sitting directly adjacent to it. That's kind of worrisome. And I'm seeing a lot more of our guys getting knocked out than theirs, which is... not the best start to a round, but we'll see if we can turn it around once we get in amongst them. Yeah, you would hope so. I mean, I want to comply with the option to take out Charlie, but... Man, this is a new map, too. Something completely new to me. This map was not in the game when I played it last, which was... probably going on a year and a half ago, actually. I can't remember why, but I think they had changed something in one of the updates that really borked how the game played. So myself and I think the guys in Late Night Video, we also had a big problem with it too, where we couldn't quite get some things to work. So we just put it on a hiatus and didn't really return to it until today. Alright, someone's already firing on him. From where though? Okay, so I can't see him, but he can see me. And my ally's not doing anything to help me. This is not good. Cromwell 5. I'm pretty sure that tank outmasters me by a goodly amount. Hey, Borrowed. Just a quick question. I know you say you're done, but are you done because of something that happened in the game, or the fact that it continued again to match us with tanks that were outside of our scope? Because I have a theory that we're going to play with just like level 1 tanks. We're not going to play as the Germans. And if we can do that, we can get you to level up to the point where we're on the same vehicle tier level. And that way it'll be balanced. It won't be this really skewed limit. Okay, again, we're not... Our team seems to be having a bigger problem where we can't spot our enemies before they're hitting us. And since we are on the back foot with having 2 points against us to our 1, we have to be aggressive. We have to take at least a point back. If we do not have something to at least make 1 point go null or in our favor, as you can see, we're already really quickly running out of our points. Alright, so he's camping. He's not going to be doing anything for the moment. Similarly, these two guys are kind of shimmying their way up to B, but they're not being very aggressive. We do have someone on the point, though. And who is that hero? Don't tell me we have a howitzer trying to take the point, because if that's the case, someone has goofed up somewhere. Alright, so he's been shot in the butt from somewhere, somehow. Okay, from right there, and that's how. So he's dead. Our aircraft are dogfighting, despite that being a dive bomber. Oh boy. Yeah, I think we're getting worked over pretty hard here. And he's going to be knocked out in 2 seconds to that Cromwell. They might actually be inside our spawn zone at this point. Alright, you're a PZ-3. You're a quick-moving tank with a decent gun. Can you do anything? Well, he rolled over that steel really easily. Do you have a target? No, there's one. Go, 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 go. Come on. Swivel right and fire. To the right. To the right. To 5 o'clock. Rapidly becoming 6 o'clock. Nope. Alright. We're going to try and find another worthy candidate to spectate. Once again, we have that interesting vehicle that I really want. Do you have a target? He has a target, but the target got him first. Again, I don't know how they're seeing us before we turn corners and things like that. I mean, there is obviously going to be the chance that they are just looking the right way at the right time when we leave cover or roll through an intersection or happen to enter their... Oh, yeah, that A-gun just ruined his day. Someone, some valiant soul out there is trying to capture points, and I appreciate that. Yes, Ruffle, but the spotting by the planes is very intermittent. It's not something that continues onward. So it could be. You might actually be right. That could be what's giving them a tactical advantage. Oh, man. Two open crewed vehicles. Correction, one now. Alright, PZ-38. You're a premium tank. You're a smaller tank. What can you do, buddy? Oh, probably outmassed right now. Man, this pilot, whoever he is just screwing up my crew really hard. Alright, with the PZ-3's getting in on it. And that's an enemy kill right there, as a cooperation between him and the tank next to him. Looks like the same model. And once again, that plane. This is why you always want to have a teammate, at least one, who has a decent AA weapon, because if you have really skilled pilots working on the enemy team, they will make your life hell. Yeah, there's only so many hits a vehicle can take for each tank of a certain caliber weapon. Oh, he's still alive, which is good. He's taking shots at enemies. He's marking targets. Can he go through this little pipeline, though, and get around behind him? Nope, he's not a treaded vehicle. He can't... Oh, he can break parts of the map geometry. Good. I was afraid he was going to be stuck behind that stupid thing that'd have to backtrack. Alright, we'll turn to you in a minute. The other... Damn it, I hate it when this happens. Two teammates working in tandem in similar vehicles can accomplish a lot if they work in sequence. When they separate like this, it's kind of like, well, yeah, exactly. That's not going to help. We're down to about 25% of our original starting points. And this is our last hope. Zafwin Fox in an SD KFZ 234-2. One man against who knows how many who have dug in and are hiding out inside the ruins of this broken train yard. Enemy planes overhead, dropping bombs and heavier caliber shells. Now, in Puma, which is what these are called, he's not going to have the armor of a tank. So as you saw earlier with the PC-3, which was kind of shrugging off the smaller caliber bullets, I'm not sure this vehicle can do the same. And in fact, I'm really betting against that. If Borrowed's with us, I would say go back to Arcade, if only for a short while to see if it improves the gameplay for him. If he's like, nope, that's it, I'm out, I have no chance or plans of doing this. In that case, we can just stick to Realistic with you and I. Unless, Ruffle, how's the download coming, buddy? If you or anyone else in chat would like to get in on this, you can go ahead and hop into the group chat, and we'll bring you in as a combat group. Alright, then Origami, I'm fine with sticking with Realistic if you are. Look at this poor soul. He's so outnumbered. He's like, if I leave the sanctuary of this little building, I'm at high risk. If I stay, I'm not going to complete the objective. Borrowed, I'll tell you what, man. Take a breather. Get your heart rate under control for a little bit. And maybe use one of those little stress balls and just squeeze it until it pops. And then come back and join us for the next round, like after the next one. Because I really do not want you burning out on a game that you've just started to get back into. We've only been playing this for probably about an hour and 25 minutes, I'd say. I don't want you getting that mad where you're just like, you know what? Forget it. I'm not playing this ever again. I want you, Origami, Raffle, Rudy, everyone to get in on this, at least at one point. Because squatting up, we can do a cool thing together, working with different vehicles that complement one another. For example, one of us taking a tank destroyer, one of us taking an AA gun, someone taking a heavy tank and a medium tank for the longer range scouting, or a light tank to do better scouting. So, it's really up to how much we invest time-wise to try and get back into this, and to make it work. Yes, actually, Origami, I direct you to Raffle. He's the one that actually knows a hell of a lot more about getting Discord to work with the stream than I do. I've never actually tried doing that. Each time we've had an open Discord chat going... Oh, there's a target. Has he seen it, though? Can Zafwin get a kill before the time runs out? Or at least another kill. Come on, Zafwin. I believe in you, buddy. He's like, no, I'm just going to wait this out. He's playing it conservatively, and he's playing it safe, which is a good tactic to choose from, especially in the situation that he's currently finding himself. Alas. Oh, the link to join the... Oh, is that so? Well, hold on while I yell at Raffle with a text. Alright, place in team is 8. I didn't really contribute that much, which is kind of sad. But we did unlock a few things for a few of our tanks, which will help us further down the road. Let's see, we've got pretty much everything now except for the smoke, which, again, couldn't hurt to research it and knock it out for the rest of the crew. And I'm going to ready up for this, Origami. Oh, you're going to be driving a Japanese tank. This will be interesting. I don't see many of those in this game. Yo, Discord chat is broken. Send tech support. Canadian version. Yeah, again, Raffle's slowly bringing me along, getting me a little caught up on how to change up different displays and links inside of Twitch. He's had a lot more experience in that than I have. But, again, all things in time, we'll get this sorted out. And I would really like to, I'd hope, in future, for those of you who are going to be staying with us for a while, or even if you just want to drop in from time to time, that we can... Oh, excellent. Raffle just sent that. Hold on. Go ahead and grab this. I'll drop it in chat. I should pick my tank before this gets too far to hand. So, let's go ahead and pick our redoubtable PZ4F1. Oh crap, we forgot to take the Arctic camouflage off, so we're going to stand out a little bit more in our more austere surroundings. Now let's just chug our way along. Alright, so checking out the map. Looks like we're going to have a higher fight around A. That's where most of our team's going. And then we can circle around and hopefully grab B and C. But we do have a portion of our team already heading for those two, which, again, depending upon how our enemy determines where they're going to send most of their troops, that could either work out very well for us, or it might mean that we take the brunt of the damage while our secondary group passing through grid point Delta 7 to Echo 7, they can take Charlie, and through Echo 8, they can also take B. Or it might flip in the reverse. They'll take the brunt of it, and then we'll swing wide and try and help them out from there. But back to what I was saying before Raffle came back with the link for me to put into chat. What I really would hope we can do is get full-on squads going or companies going, either working cooperatively against randoms out there on the internet, or if you'd like to have just a late-night video bash, and we can all just go ahead and fight each other. Just ready up with teams. We'll distribute it evenly among skill levels. Because I'm not a fan of stomping. I prefer a really good knockdown, drag-out fight where people just do the best they can. So, for example, if we were playing something like a multiplayer roguelike or something of that nature, I would say Raffle and... I forget what his name was. We had another regular in with us who was really good at roguelikes. I would say put the two of them on opposite teams, just to kind of balance out their natural skills with it. Shoot. Yeah, do want. Wasn't it the dungeon of the... No, it was... Was it Dwarf Fortress? No. You played it a long time ago, Raffle, and I remember you saying it had multiplayer capacity, and if I think I'm remembering this right, it's about day 200? I think? Day 2, 300, somewhere in that region, but we'll have to go back and look. But, again, we're going to go back into this, for example, first-person shooters are more my bag. I tend to do better in those than, for example, MOBAs. MOBAs are my kryptonite. You put me into a MOBA, and it's pathetic. It's actually very sad. I'll likely be playing support through the entire game, and I will not be making any really worthwhile contributions to my team. Whereas Raffle can carry about 4 other people on his shoulders in any given MOBA game. League of Legends, Dota 2, what was the other one? We used to, his Hammer, something. There's been 1,000 of them out that we've played in the past, and there's, what was the one with Witch Hunter? Raffle. I forget. Do we have a target? We have a target. Which has... Hello there. Critical hit right through the rear plate. He's on fire. Hit! His engine's on fire. Gunner, come on, dude. I need you to kill this tank. Oh, and he's firing back. What the... Come on, come on, come on. Oh, crap. My gunner's out. Oh, I'm stuck like this. Come on. Go, go, go. Gets a cup. Oh, I only got an assist. Lame. Do 80% of the work. Bigger, fatter tank comes in. Don't worry, little buddy. I got this. Just takes out my target. Whatever. It's helping us win, which is a solve. Heroes of New Earth. Thank you, Raffle. I was trying so desperately to remember that and I couldn't. Oh, I got caught out in the open. I don't care if the driver's out. Someone else hop into the seat and gun it. Okay, that person missed, but it can't last. They're getting the range. Please, 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 please. Oh, get moving! Come on, get that tank around that corner. Okay. How about no? I'd like that to be a no. Okay, well, we're under the cover slightly, so we're not getting sniped from that giant hill off in the distance. However, as you can see from the tank diagram on our bottom left, we're not in the best shape. The forward section has been hurt. We've got 3 crewmen who are either dead or dying, and I think the ammo storage rack has already taken a hit, which is super depressing, because if that goes, the whole tank goes. Pay attention to the map. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to hold the objective, because that's what we need to do. We need at least 2 of them to hold this and keep going. If we don't have that, we're screwed. And as I'm a lighter tank in this conflict... Scratch that! I'm one of the heavier tanks in this conflict. Again, this is something that I will repeat for multiple games. All of you can hear it here, and you're going to probably get sick of hearing it if you stick around long enough to hear me repeat it. In an objective-based game, play the objective. Teammates who do not do that are just wasting the time of people who are trying, because while everyone else is out fighting and trying to achieve the objective, you're sitting back sniping, or instead of going for example, if it was something that was like let's use Blood Bowl as an example. If you're not running the game and you're just trying to draw out the session of it, you're not actually playing the game anymore, you're just being a jerk. As in this one, where, for example, I've been in games in the past with this exact game, where instead of playing the objective or trying to fight people, what people will do is they'll just drive around in circles, or they'll try and ramp off of structures or high berms at a high speed. I mean, don't get me wrong, that would be fun to have a tank racing mode, just to see how quickly you could trick out a really light vehicle to try and compete with its peers. But if people have signed on, again, these aren't a small number of people. We've got a pretty good even-sized group for teams. Yes, Raffle, that's also another one. If it's a decimation map mode where you're trying to kill the enemy completely, it's not a matter of respawns or anything like that. If you're doing that and no one is letting you... Yeah, exactly. It's just, it gets too frustrating because you're wasting people's time when you know you're going to lose. Hiding in a corner or an obscure area of the map where no one can find you, but you're the last target, or, for example, you're not playing the objective, you're just wasting X amount of many people's time, or just doing it to be spiteful. So, again, you will always hear me saying something like, play the objective. Now, even though I'm heavily damaged, I can still contest and hold the point if someone rolls over here. On the map, we have a lot of our tanks moving up, and we actually hold the numerical advantage. The enemy have run out of most of their reinforcements. They've only got 1, 2, 3, 4 people up and running, whereas we've only lost 1 person in a Chinnu. I shall pay attention to the designated grid zone. Yes. The problem is, with my vehicle being kind of borked, I don't think I'll be able to get there in time. But I can take up a better position to have kind of a spot on if they try and rush through and grab this point. I'm also being anchored. As you can see on the map, we've kind of established a diagonal line between 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm assuming that's the level for a medium tank icon. I haven't memorized the icons yet, so if I'm wrong, by all means correct me. If I'm right, alright. So I'm going to just nestle my smoking butt right over here between these large boulders. I'm going to use this little defile here, this little raised mound of earth, as sort of a little spot where I can keep sniping from. In fact, let's go ahead and improve my sightlines. Always wanted to shoot down a water tower. That's cool.
We need to put more pressure on the enemy. They're winning.
Wait, what? We hold 3 points and we hold the numerical advantage, and yet somehow we're losing? Come on, game. Give us some credit. Alright. Now, alright, we've knocked out 1 more person. But again, my vehicle's wounded. I don't have the strongest armor anymore. So I'm going to be more conservative. I'm going to kind of keep it here where I'm situated. I can respond to anything pushing in on Charlie or Beta. If they flank wide and go after Alpha, it still doesn't matter because we will still hold primacy with the 2 points to their 1. And we still have an ally. I'm pretty sure Origami's still alive. Yes, he is. So he's rocking it over to Charlie. Hey, Grazillion. Good morning. Welcome back to Late Night Video. And thank you for joining us for War Thunder. Ooh. And he barely missed with that bombing run. I wonder... No, he's not going to come back my way, is he? Can I get the elevation to hit him with my... Nope, because it's damaged. Come on. Come on. Nah, that whole mountain gun's not going to reach. It's worth a shot, though. And, oh! Wait. Wait for it. Oh, come on. My poor turret. It's just like, nope, you've used and abused this vehicle too hard. You will not be tracking this target. However, if he dives on me... No, he's still too high. I won't be able to get him. Do not see me. Yep, he saw me. You're a jerk. Oh, man. One of the other ammo racks is now in the red, and the engine is in the orange. Well, crap. Air cover, please. Anybody. I can't. Press F to start repairs. Yes. 36 seconds of absolute agony. And do we even have any air cover of our own? Nope, everyone... No, we do have one. A KI-61 Otsu. Where is that guy? Oh, you can't move during tank repair. Oh, I'm out in the open too. Damn it. Okay, we're back in action. Yeah, she's handling a little bit better now. If I could stop running into barrels. And he's still up there, menacing us all. Keep moving. Give him... Oh. Damn. I don't know how long this can go on before my tank actually explodes out from under me. However, if I'm really lucky, and again, that's the key word there, really, he'll fly low enough where I can get him with my main gun and just kind of... Raffle has seen me do this before, and I've seen him do this before, where if you're lucky enough and the target's coming at you and they don't realize you've got them lined up, a tank shell will obliterate the airframe of any aircraft in this game. Nothing can survive a tank shell as an airplane. Albeit there might be one Russian aircraft. It's a massive steel amalgamation of just death and 8 engines. But, or, no, 4 engines. That could probably take a small hit from it, I would think, depending upon the shell. Oh, wait, come on. Come on, pivot! Oh, come on, gunner! Alright, we're reloading. The belt's run dry. Now see, this is what you can do. If you can get up onto an elevated location, you can use the natural shape of the earth to try and give you a... Yeah, it's nothing, but it did make him veer off. Yeah, it doesn't matter. We're going to survive, which is the important thing, because they're about to run out of points. I love the fact that not only am I engaging this target, but we have 3 other tanks trying to shoot this idiot down, and we have our own plane who finally figured out, the ground pounders are in trouble. Perhaps I should help. We lived. Success. You know, it's never really intentional, Raffle, but I do remember you shooting down a bomber once. Oh, hey, we placed first. The base capture streak. Alright, and we're working our way up to getting a Stug F, which is the anti-tank model. Okay. All modifications for this vehicle have been successfully purchased. Good game, Origami. So, would anyone care to join us for some War Thunder tonight? go ahead and leave a comment in the chat, and we'll go ahead and see about getting you into this. If not, we can always just keep going as we've been doing. Yeah, that is kind of ominous, Raffle. Well, that sounds interesting, Brazilian. Alright, Origami, launch when you're ready, because no one has chimed in the chat that they'd like to join us for the next round, so we'll go ahead and just keep going by ourselves, and hopefully put on a good show. Oh, come on, Raffle. That job led to money, a savings account, a house. It might have been rough, it might have been time-consuming, but in the end, you're getting a lot of good things out of it. Not many people your age can say, I own a home. Yay, congratulations, Brazilian. Alright, we've entered the queue time. Have a pleasant flight. Do you want to jump in the chat? I would love to, Raffle, except I don't have it configured to work with Discord. Sorry, just quick message to Raffle here to check something. Alright, well, Raffle's informed me that Discord works on it automatically, so let's go ahead and try that, because I do want to talk with Origami as we play. Alright. Alright, we're playing as the Americans with a 75mm M3 GMC. Roll out. Oh, and it's on Fort, one of my favorite maps. At least I call it Fort. I'm sure it has an actual name, but... Origami. Like I said, dude, you pick the best vehicles for these fights. Yes, I'm aware this is going, so...
Hello.
Hey, Origami. I think we might have broken something. Stream is not moving. No, wait, it picked up. It's moving again. Sorry for that brief interruption. Alright, Origami, how are we going to do this? Looks like none of our team's going after Beta. So it looks like that's... Whoa! Yep, sorry, again, this vehicle's really bad on handling. And apparently it's also bad on elevated surfaces. So we're... Damn it, I need a tank. This is not working for me. Let's swing left and see if we can't follow the rest of our compatriots. Hey, Roven99, welcome to the stream, dude. Or doodad, as it were. Give me a lion. If there's a tank in here called a lion, I can try and see about driving it for you if I can pick it up. If not, we'll have to stick with what's more historically available to each faction.
The currency is called lions.
Ooh, let's not break the engine before we get to the fight.
Attention to the map.
Pay attention to the map. We're under attack. Yeah, it's kind of the whole idea. Actually, Origami, we're gonna have to play this really carefully because we're pretty much at the bottom of the weight tier here. We're not gonna be able to take many hits, and we might not be able to kill everything we come up against. And they've already engaged something over here. Holy crap, that little indentation on the earth was too much for this vehicle, apparently. Come on. Come on. I just need the driver to find the gas pedal. It's the one on the right, generally. Or I could just explode into a burning pile of debris. From where, though? Ah, I drove out past the imaginary line. Well, hey now, just because the driver and the... Well, no, we burst into flames. I was going to say, with just the... Origami... Careful. I love the fact that you actually put the little angry eyes on the side of your tank.
Yep. I'm anti-aircraft. When they see me, they understand.
And this game is really gimping me whenever we play Americans because I only have the 2 vehicles and it's
Yeah.
not letting me take the reserve tank. Ooh!
Oh, that.
Alright, yeah, you're in trouble. The enemy have flanked you slightly, but if you back it up, you can probably get away from there without getting killed.
Run, little tanky, run! Go up, 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 up.
Oh,
I'm
man.
dead. I'm too dead.
If you're dead, we can just go back to the menu and...
Try it.
Forces have captured a zone.
I see that.
Let's see...
Sorry for anyone in chat. Suspended.
Oh, come on. We have to have some better line units. There they are.
Have captured a zone.
So it looks like most of our team took trucks and light vehicles and AA guns, and the other team brought actual tanks. We're probably screwed. Hey, Origami, are you dead?
Nope.
Nope, you're still in the Valentine Mark 1. Alright. When you die, we'll switch over to something else.
Wait. How are you dead?
I'm dead because I'm a fool and I was too bold with a vehicle that should never be bold. And I've learnt my lesson. And Raffles informing me that as you deal damage, take objectives, etc., you earn spawn points, which allows you to spawn with another tank or plane. Which makes sense. We are playing on the realistic setting. You would have to have a much higher earning than on an arcade to be able to spawn, so... We're still kind of ironing things out. We're coming back to a game after we haven't played it for quite a while. Origami on your right!
What? I shot his...
I'm pretty sure your shot hit him, didn't it?
Yeah. Apparently, he hit the right spot and killed my teammates.
Well, he's driving a lot slower, so we've done something to him. Let's go back to the hangar.
I still got one more.
Crap, I already clicked on that, so... Whoops.
Oh. So,
Yeah, my bad, dude. I thought that was your last tank.
I had backup. So, free time.
Let's see. To keep the fighter, keep the... you know what? I'll sell this. I'll get rid of this vehicle. Oh god, not the Lee again. Please, anything but that. Send on holiday. Yeah, that crew's getting sent on holiday if I can help it. Nobody wants you. Ah, there's the research tree. Okay, so the M8 was what we were working for, the Americans. We don't have access to it yet. That was what we were working for towards... What was this? Ah, yes, we were going for tank destroyers in the American tree. I remember now. Wait, why don't we have... Explain. How do we not have this, but we're already researching this? I am confused? Also, I guess I have to take the lead, don't I? Or whatever this is. Well, whatever, it's a howitzer. So let's go ahead and... yeah, we'll choose the crew. Yes, I'll pay the $3,000 to have them. Still kind of curious about that little tank. I don't remember that being there the last time we did this. Alright, Oregano. You back?
Nope.
You're still fighting, eh?
Fine. Yep.
Man, good on you.
Oh, now I got killed. I had this...
I jinxed you. I'm sorry. Don't start screaming in chat. That'll just be... everyone will leave, and so will I. Stream's over, guys. We're done.
GG.
Yeah, it's not over yet, though. We still got a little bit more on us if you're game, Origami.
To battle.
Alright, I'm ready. Let's take the Lee out for a test drive. As I recall, it couldn't turn for jack, and the main gun was kinda wonky.
The M3 Lee is so good. You get two
Yeah, it's so good, except that it's very, very poor.
it's very good if you're going face to face or side or to your right side, because the right turret does not aim very well. It has a 30-degree turn. I mean, 30-degree angle.
Whew. Alright, I'll bear that in mind as we play. And we're back in Stalingrad. Amidst the ice and snow of barren buildings and abandoned railways. Oh, this poor vehicle's just like, what are you doing? You don't know how to drive. Alright, so, Origami, because you're the lighter vehicle with a better sight radius, I'm going to go ahead and let you, and that's a weird sight reticle. I'm going to let you go ahead and head in first. Hey man, I need vision.
I wish. Like, I can see them, but then the game doesn't pick them up.
To be honest, man, I'm just terrified we're going to go out into the open and just get popped immediately. Oh damn it! I'm causing a traffic jam of the faster, more efficient tanks behind me. If any of you ever see this stream in the future and you notice that you're actually behind us driving, I want to apologize in absentia.
Yes, in the future we'll look for right tanks for no fun.
Honestly, I do better in light tanks and medium tanks anyway. Alright, one of our light tanks is already charged ahead and taken A. So I'm probably going to go past A. Because look on the map on the grid reference of just where 6 right above B. If I can get in there, I'd have a really good line of sight right into not only the hangar or the train station, but also the point itself. So let's hope the game will let me path like I want to path, because again, some games have invisible walls, others do not. Oh yeah, Raffle, the one in World of Tanks, the version of the Lee is absolute garbage. I wouldn't drive that if you paid me. Alright, targets incoming. We got 2 of them. Let's see, can they get into here from anywhere? No, they cannot. So that means if I sit my butt right here, I can make myself a nuisance. Alright. Oh, come on. Get into target range. That's an open vehicle. Pound it! Critical hit. Come on. Kill it! Target undamaged. Oh. This is where it ends, ladies and gentlemen. I can't kill the target. Alright, his engine's on fire. But and game over. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is why I absolutely hate the Lee. It's a piece of crap. In fact, the entirety of the American tree is pretty much garbage until you get into the Sherman area. And that's one more reason why I tend to play as the Germans, because their vehicles, while situational, do have a purpose and actually fight well.
Enemy forces have captured a zone.
We're not going to need many of these. In fact, let's go ahead and take all of those off. Replace them with these.
Attention to the map.
Attention to the map that you're probably going to lose on. So, oh man, that's a lot of AA. Alright, we've already lost 4 of our teammates out of the entire fight completely. Which is a little discouraging, but if we play this smart, we can probably bleed them out for points. But we need to have at least 2 points held to try and stay in the fight.
Attack the A point.
No, I'm not going to go back to the A point because it's held by Stugs, which I don't think this vehicle can kill.
Need backup.
You got it. Origami, what are you shooting at? Alright. Origami, what are you shooting at, man?
I'm shooting at a...
Is there there's a tank there on the other side of that little building?
Yep. Yep.
Alright. Oh, shit. Well. Good night. What is the point, I ask you, of having an anti-tank weapon that when you fire it, you don't destroy the tanks that you're firing at? But it's in a chassis that will allow it to explode beautifully at the lightest touch. Alright, forget it. We're taking to the air. Take me to the air. Please? Yes! We're back! I don't remember how to fly. Well, shit, that's awkward. Alright, let's try something simple. Okay. Okay, I have to use these in tandem. Ooh, no. Don't go too heavy. Oh yeah, we're not doing that again. I remember when I first played realistic. That's just a shell. Okay. Yeah, I see one enemy plane. I'm going to try and dive on him. I might not be able to fight on the ground with you anymore, Origami, but I can at least try and provide you with some air cover. Alright, there he is. Let's dive on him. I overshot! Oh! Okay, I forgot. This vehicle actually can turn. It can't climb, especially when you're in a steep dive. Yeah, I goofed up. I forgot the plane I was flying. I'm used to flying with the Germans. However, if anyone would like to clip that stupidity I just pulled, I would love to laugh at myself later. Jesus. Wasted a perfectly good airplane. Alright, Origami, it's all up to you and your Valentine Mark 1. That's not true. We also have an AC Mark 2, which is a... I want to say that's either a British weapon or...
Got you.
Well, it seems cool. It's doing work. Oh man, a Crusader with a popped engine that's just a sitting duck. He's still fighting back though, which is pretty noble. Now the thing is he going to have time to stop and extinguish the fire? Oh, go, 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 go! Ah, what a shame. He tried, but he was outnumbered 2-1, and they were both basically behind him. He had no chance of getting away from it.
What a shame.
What a shame. Alright, so two people who actually know how to fly are up in the sky right now, which is good. However, they're taking a lot of fire from the AA weapons. Our team's approaching the halfway point for our tickets. What's your plan, Origami?
I want to try to hunt down this little freaky
Also, I'm really cool with Original Smiley and Parasat, who are actually calling out locations on enemy tanks to kind of give us a heads up. Not a lot of randoms will bother trying to give people like a situational report as to what's where and what's strength. And I think you've got this guy, Origami, if you can just keep away from him traversing on you. And the crew's just staring at you forlornly like, yep, we're not allowed to get out. Good kill, though. Origami, gun it. Go forward, quick.
How dare you, sir?
Yeah, he's on your right.
How dare you?
Oh, keep swiveling, keep swiveling. Keep going. It's too late.
They got me.
You tried, though. That's the important thing. And you did get a kill before you left, so you get to carry that with you.
Got one more.
You've got one more life. It's the final countdown. 3-inch gun carrier. Pretty sure that's British. The British weren't really fond of names. The Al Capone. What a great name. A Valentine Mark 9? Pretty sure that shouldn't be in this tier. And a Cromwell. Alright, so our team's got a lot of pretty good tanks coming in the roster now. And I don't know what just happened with that skittering back about a half block, but... Alright, so, again, it's looking pretty grim for us. We've got dropping below a quarter of our points left, and the enemy hold 3 points. So we're hemorrhaging a lot of our tickets, and we're going to start losing pretty heavily. And a lot of our teammates are already knocked out of the fight completely. They have no more reserve vehicles with which to attack with. And it looks like we just lost one of our aircraft. And our 3-inch gun carrier is shredding parts of his turret or tread guard. And the enemy just lost a plane to a kamikaze attack against an unoccupied building.
Oh, hello.
Excellent. Oh? Oh, there you are. Did you get him? Oh. Is that a Churchill? That's a church.
Give me engine.
Get the engine, get it, come on! Oh.
Oh, that's so long.
Well, don't drive. Ooh. You might be able to get him if you can get behind him.
That's right. Can't catch me now, fool.
Hey, nice! You drew him out in the open for the team to kill. Good job. That's actually what the lighter tanks are supposed to do, is acting as decoys and scouts. How's your vehicle looking, like, on the diagram on the left?
One of my crew member is not the F out.
And structurally?
It's fine.
It's fine, he says, as the vehicle's rumbling back and forth, slightly off of its tracks.
Yep.
Don't mind the smoke, that's natural. Henry just lit up in the back.
Yeah, it's fine because LT still growing.
Interesting fact for people who don't know. Tanks in World War II and onward all have, above a certain weight class, the ability to have a mobile tea maker inside their vehicle. Oh, dude, kill that Whirlwind. Don't let it... Alright, now this is a race to see who can hole who first. Ah.
Yeah, my last crew member.
Yeah, I was going to say, you should have been able to take that guy if you had more crew, or at least the chance of having better armor. Yep, no points earned for our spectacular nosedive into Stalingrad's infrastructure, so we're going to avoid that.
I got a whole bunch of extra.
Oh boy. Yeah, our turret on this tank is awful. Normally I go through and research more suspension, brake systems, filters, transmissions, engines, things to make the vehicle perform better, but it's a Lee. It's not going to perform well, no matter how much love and devotion I put into this side of the tech tree. So we're going to go with a better horizontal drive, better weaponry, adjustable fire, elevation, fire support is a must, and to try and get us out of trouble, what looks like a smoke round. Yep, smoke round. I'm sorry, little P40, you tried, buddy.
No.
And we're going to swap back over to the German side because I actually want to start winning again.
Yeah, I always about to choose to join them because I want to use their what's it? They gift card.
And one thing I do have to say about this game is the music is beautiful. By the way, the reason I'm being quiet is so everyone can listen.
That's a class composer. I'm interested.
Oh, you do know the composer?
I think it's either Mozart or someone else.
No, we can check that later. You ready?
Yep, just let me.
The war waits for no one, Origami.
I'm just getting my AA guns, my AA people from the joint.
Oh no. Well, I think you're turning into our designated AA gunner if we ever do have a stream game. Where it's just the entirety of the group chat getting in on it.
Oh man, like.
Alright, alright.
Alright. And hold it. What's the game again? Hold again.
It looks like we're going head to head again.
In class I was the king of anti-aircraft. Any more skill that comes here?
Wow. That is a lot of heavy. That's not nice. Alright, I'm going to try and delve over to A and see if I can't pick us up some early points in the game. It looks like we've got some other people from the opposite spawn point doing the same, so we won't be alone. It's always a good start when you have a Russian in the game. No! I forgot, how do you talk in this game? What's the...
Thank you very much. Attack the B point. Negative.
Yeah, that's actually a good question. Why do we have no one going after B?
Enemy forces have captured a zone. Attack the B point.
Alright, so A is on fire. I'm not sure if that's from lost tanks or just the structure.
Jesus. Oh dear. Nope. I'm gonna help somebody with artillery. Hopefully no friendly fire.
That happens way too often in this game, Origami. The amount of friendly fire, I mean, it's not as bad tonight, which I'm very thankful for, but we've been in a lot of rounds before where it's... You do realize a blue name is a friendly. Oh man, you know, if you do it too often, they kick you out.
No, I didn't hit ally, I hit enemy.
Right, right. By the way, the reason we're heading over to B is because if we can capture all three of these, it'll help us get a huge start and a lead on our enemies. Not only that, but we have four, well, 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5. The other one might be hiding on the A point on my map. 5 people sitting in the middle point. They don't need 2 extra. So, by moving down to attack Beta, we'll actually tip the balance in the 4 guys that are heading that way. And we haven't lost anyone yet. To the left. To the left where? Oh, I see him. Give me a second.
Oh, he knocked me out.
I'll bet you anything it's a Russian.
Oh, then. Stud 3.
Tank burnt down. You've been destroyed by... Oh, God. What a name. Oh, it was a PZ-4. Well, crap. Because I didn't contribute much to that fight, I'm already out of it, and I can't actually keep spawning in with a new vehicle. Yeah, there's a bit of a dip there.
No, I was saying, oh no, because you got spawned.
Yeah, it makes it kind of boring. I'm more of a spectator now, so I'm pretty much sitting back in Twitch chat. I'm going to watch you play, and wish you the best of luck.
Someone's, I knew it.
I'm just going to cycle through and see what the rest of our team's doing, and if I can give you kind of a heads up. Ooh, that guy came real close to kissing that tree. Well, the bright side of things are that we have 3 aircraft in the sky and no enemies to contest them.
Sorry, mosquito was bothering me.
You fired a gun at something. What you shooting at, buddy?
Some enemies. Can't see them, but they're there.
Well, better to be paranoid than not in this game.
We have taken the initiative.
Alright, I'd keep hugging that tree line if I were you. They've got aircraft up in the sky now.
That's long and
Allied forces have captured a zone.
I see something glinting off in the distance. Go get him, Origami. You can do it.
information distance.
Is your shell dropping or flying over?
Got him.
He's dead?
Nope. Hurt.
That's fine. Man, how many shells does this thing take? What are you even shooting at? However, it is turning in our favor. We do have 3 points held against theirs, which have none. So just like... Ooh. One of the aircraft fell out of the sky.
Kill assist.
Hey, that's still pretty good. You'll still get a lot of points for it, so in case you do get knocked out, you can spawn again. Or, alternatively, at the end of the round, you'll still get a lot of extra credits for it. We just have to hold this lead for a little longer. Do you have a target, Origami?
Yep, I saw it.
Man, I wish I had spaced armor on mine.
Okay, see that?
Something having a Panzerfaust like just latched on the side of where people are going to be shooting seems like a horrific idea to me.
Alright, yeah.
Like, how do you want to blast the turret off of your vehicle?
A little more effort and victory will be ours.
Hit him. A bit higher.
Hmm. Well, the bright side is none of our vehicles are getting knocked out just yet. What the hell do we have one of these in here for? Well, we might actually have this just by default. We have a KB2 in with us, Origami. Yeah. The finest Stalin armor I can make. In fact, I haven't seen our guys shooting anything but aircraft in a long while.
Russian guys should clean up on something in Russian.
Yeah, there is a little bit of, there's something in there that's profane. They wouldn't have censored it otherwise. However, not being able to speak Russian, I can't comment. So if anyone in chat would like to chime in as a translator, by all means, please do.
Oh, you found somebody. You found somebody. Who did you find?
Now the question is, are you going to get popped for him shooting at someone?
It's not a tank.
It looks like one. Like straight ahead and a little to your left.
Yeah. Nope, not a tank.
Not a tank? And again, bear in mind, Origami, I can't go into first person with you. I'm restricted to third person when I'm hovering around you.
Let's keep the pressure on. Victory is close.
Yeah. Well, so you've upgraded the engine on this thing, haven't you?
No. It's fully upgraded.
I was going to say, you're hauling ass in that little tank, and I remember when you first started, it was really slow. By the way, could you do me a solid and hit tab and tell me how many people are remaining on the enemy team?
One.
Just one person. Alright, that makes a whole lot of sense. Well, we just need our AA guns to knock them out of the sky. Otherwise...
Yeah, we get one on the ground, one in the air.
Those are some pretty beefy autocannons. Now, I'm kind of wondering if the enemy didn't run off and head back to their airfield. It's kind of like a, well, I can just sit here and wait.
Yeah, probably. And the guy was at sea. So we need running or being
Man, that is just a behemoth of a tank. That is absolutely horrifying. Now, as I recall, Borrowed actually hated KV-1s and KV-2s when he first started playing this, and World of Tanks, just because they're very, very strong, and the size of their guns could pretty much knock out most tanks in one hit. Oh, did some aircraft put in an appearance?
buddy. He's still alive somehow. He got eaten. He died 3 times.
Man, I just want to see this guy get knocked out of the sky. Well, regardless, with only one ground vehicle remaining, they have no chance of actually capturing any of the points. And the AA that we have sitting around is going to slap this other airplane out of the sky. Eventually, he'll make a mistake, or he'll wander in across the... Whoa! Careful, there's trees around. Yep, there's a few trees here, Origami. Careful.
They shall not stop.
Yeah, they get snarled inside the tracks, and you're sitting there going, I have made a mistake.
That guy. Oh.
Man, they must have added a few new themes for the motifs for the holidays. Well, that's right, I keep forgetting. We're actually... It's interesting because we're on Discord and I have it set to push to talk, and we're actually streaming right now. I keep forgetting that when I go to yawn, normally I stifle it, but because the mic is open for Twitch, it's like, oh, no one can hear me anyway. There's nothing wrong with this. So I do apologize for being rude in chat. Alright, so he's got nothing. Neither does he, or he... looks like the enemy's just run out. Yep, the enemy has fled. Whoever remains is not sticking around. Yeah, that's good game, I think. That's the end of it right there. Well, that's true, Raffle. It does happen to everyone, but when you've got your mouth about right next to a mic, it makes it a little bit worse. Yeah, I did poorly on that round. No, you got kills and kills assists, so you definitely did better than I did. Alright, well, I think that's going to be enough War Thunder for one night, because A, I have to get to sleep, B, I've been up since 6 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, and C, yeah, I know, it was one of those things that kind of like, I'm going to watch Raffle stream, and then I'm going to go to bed. And it was kind of like, I'm off to bed? To hell with the stream. So it's kind of like, alright, we're not going to fail our friend now. Let's amp it up, we'll move around, we'll have some water, and we'll go and find out how to play War Thunder again. So, for everyone who's joined us tonight for Late Night Video, thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed watching a little bit of War Thunder. If not, I might have encouraged you to try and pick it up for yourselves. I believe that it's free on Steam right now. And as Borrowed demonstrated earlier, you can just pick up a Tier 1 battle tank, and we can all just have some fun together at some point in the future, or work at your own pace and unlock some of the higher tiers, and we'll play along that way. So, from everyone here at Late Night Video, wishing you a good night or a good morning, depending upon your time, and I hope you have a good one.